This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto on this digital Sports Center presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. And although I'm back from LA now, the Canadian men's national team is in the final stages of preparation for their massive semifinal matchup against Mexico tonight, as they continue their push for their first international trophy in 25 years. It's a game you can catch live tonight on TSN, with the winner moving on to the final to play either the rival Americans or Panama. Coverage begins at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific on TSN 5. And with more on this colossal clash from the Coliseum, we're joined by our national team correspondent, Matthew Shinetti. Thanks for joining us, Shooter. I know you missed me already.
What's up, Marissa? We're missing all those candies you were doling out here on the West Coast. That Italian generosity is being missed right now. What's up?
All right, Matthew, the big day has finally arrived. Now, historically, Mexico has dominated Canada on the international stage, but our boys are undefeated in their last 3 meetings. What will be the biggest key for Canada to continue their success against their continental rivals and advance to the Nations League final?
Okay, one, who's starting in net? Is it the guy Marsh trusted during Copa America, Maxime Crépeau, or the guy he thinks has huge potential in Dane St. Clair? Two, how fast and physical is Canada going to be at the start? Marsh likes his team to set the tone, and he knows that Mexico is going to want to hold on to possession and bring that big Mexican crowd into the game. And three, Jonathan David and Kyle Larin are starting an attack, but if Marsh needs a goal laid on, does he go to Daniel Jefferson and promise David the new guys? Or does he look to Tani Oluwaseyi, who was just named MLS Player of the Week? All of those are huge calls.
Now you've got a great new article on Jesse Marsh that was published at tsn.ca today. We know how much of an impact he's had on the culture of the team and how strong his comments were against Trump. What can this tournament do for his standing with the men's national team as Canada prepares for next year's World Cup?
You know, Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David may be the stars of this team, but Jesse Marsh has been out front with the media, and he's been straightforward, and he's owned his message, and he's really becoming the face of this program. And if Canada wins this competition, that profile goes up. But if they lose tonight against Mexico, the temperature and the questions around Jesse Marsh will start to go up just a little bit for the first time. So how is he going to react to that?
Great to see you. As always, Shooter, enjoy the game tonight.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. We miss you out here, Roberto.
And we've got massive news from the association, where arguably the league's most iconic franchise was just sold for a record-breaking price. The Boston Celtics have reportedly been sold to Bill Chisholm of the Symphony Technology Group for a whopping $6.1 billion. That's the largest sale of a franchise in North American sports history. The sale of the Washington Commanders for $6.05 billion in 2023 had been the largest to date. The former owners, led by the Grousbeck family, bought the team for just $360 million back in 2002. So they're making an insane profit of literally $6 billion. The Celtics are coming off their 18th NBA championship just last year and trail only the New York Yankees and Montreal Canadiens for the most titles among the 4 major North American pro sports leagues. Wow, it must be nice to just have billions of dollars to play around with. Honestly, this is getting disgusting, no? And if you love video games like me, this next one is for you. The Call of Duty League Championship powered by Bell is taking place in Kitchener this year, June 26th to 29th. This is going to be a good one for fans of Call of Duty, but just fans of gaming in general. If you've never been to an esports experience, I highly recommend. I've actually never been to Kitchener, so I'm excited for this one. And there's supposed to be a 360 stage, which I've also not seen at these tournaments yet. So cannot wait to see it. Cannot wait to see you there. And we'll be back here tomorrow, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. I'll see you then. Time now for Upset Moments presented by Under Armour. And the madness is officially underway, as the men's tournament tipped off just a few short hours ago. Now, yesterday we gave you some potential hot leads on early upsets in the men's category, but today we're going to switch gears and give you our pick for an enormous upset on day 1 of the women's tourney. And for it, we're focusing on the 6-11 matchup between Iowa State and Michigan in the Birmingham region, where the Cyclones might have something up their sleeve for the Wolverines. Now, unlike the men's football and basketball, Michigan does not have as good of a track record for the women's ball. In fact, they've only made it out of the second round twice in school history. They did make it to the Elite 8 in 2022, but it's been all downhill in the 2 tourneys since. Meanwhile, Iowa State actually finished the season with 1 more win than Michigan and have a much longer track record of success in the NCAA tournament. For Michigan to avoid another ugly showing in the tourney, they'll need a return to form from Canadian Silas Swords. While the freshman standout had 26 points. In Michigan's Big Ten tourney semifinal loss to USC, she struggled mightily from the field, shooting well below her season averages. Iowa State was actually ranked 8th in the preseason AP poll and have the highest assist rate in Division I, while Audie Crooks leads the nation in points per game in the paint. So Michigan will be in tough to move on. As always, we have exclusive coverage of both the men's and women's tournament. You can catch all the games on TSN and TSN Plus throughout the tourneys. Don't miss a moment of the action. It's a big day for hockey as we woke up with 6 Canadian NHL teams sitting in a potential playoff spot, which, if it holds, will be the most Canadian teams in a postseason since 2017. And while things still could change, many of these teams have been building momentum as of late. For instance, the Leafs have strung together 2 straight victories against Calgary and Colorado, and the Sens and Habs have each won 7 of their last 10, which has helped all these teams move up in the Atlantic Division standings. And speaking of standings, tonight's matchup with Winnipeg and Edmonton could have some major playoff implications in the West, as Edmonton comes in just 2 points back of Vegas in the Pacific with a game in hand. And while the Jets have a solid lead in the Central Division, they are neck and neck with Washington in the President's Trophy race, meaning both teams should be motivated to get a win tonight. With 6 Canadian teams closing in on a playoff appearance, you won't want to miss any of their games down the stretch. And lucky for you, TSN's got you covered. If you are in the Sens or Habs region, tune in at 7 Eastern, 8 Atlantic to see Ottawa on TSN 5, or 7:30 Eastern, 8:30 Atlantic to see Montreal on TSN 2. And if you're in the Jets region, coverage gets going at 7:30 Central on TSN 3.